question.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I've given notice of the following private notice question addressed to the Honourable Minister for Land Transport, whether in regard to road safety and the current situation on our roads, he will, A, for the benefit of the House, obtain for the period 1st January 2025 to date, information as to the number of 1, reported cases of road accidents, including the types of vehicles involved and the number of fatalities. 2, contravention issued, indicating in each case the offences committed. B, state the number of speed cameras currently not operational, indicating the regions thereof. And C, state the measures presently being taken to address the increasing number of road accidents.
Madam Speaker, I wish to thank the Honourable Leader of Opposition for this PNQ, which provides me the opportunity to address the House on road safety, which is a subject of national concern. Since this government has taken office, the issue of road safety, including road accidents, is central to its priorities. Madam Speaker, as announced in the government programme 2025-2029, government will come up with a 20-year strategic master plan which will provide a strategic orientation for the land transport sector. The master plan will also include walkability into the country's larger mobility strategy that connects seamlessly with public and private transport and cycling infrastructure. This will reduce dependency on vehicles and therefore lessen the risk of road accidents. As government expands and modernizes the land transport, it will also ensure greater road safety by introducing a graduated licensing system, which was announced in the government program, undertaking projects to eliminate risk-prone spots and enhancing enforcement and road safety education. I shall come up to these issues later on in my reply. Madam Speaker, if we are in the current situation today, it is because of the contradictory policies of the previous government. In line with the UN Decade of Action in National Road Safety Strategy 2016-2025, with the objective of decreasing the number of fatal and serious accidents by 50%, had been adopted, but the target had not been met. It is an obvious failure of the previous government. I have already caused a new 5-year national road safety strategy to be elaborated and will be finalized during the course of this year. Why I say contradictory policies, Madam Speaker, is that over the last 10 years, there was a complete relaxation and leniency on enforcement on road safety, with very negative impact on our roads and road users. We are today observing havoc on our roads, and I must say, the Honourable Leader of Opposition, who is an influential member of the then government, was and is still in his party, that his party did nothing much to improve on road safety. Over the last 10 years, the number of fatalities was 1,482, and this is alarming for our country. One death is too many. The blunder committed by the previous government is that it cancelled the penalty point system, PME à point, in the wake of the promises made in the electoral campaign 2014. The cancellation was surely for political reasons, without any rational and solid scientific reasons. Incidentally, one former police officer, highly knowledgeable in the field of road safety, Mr. BM, he's a public figure, Mr. Bawden Munsami, publicly stated yesterday on Radio Plus that PME à point, introduced in 2013 by the Labour government, led to a positive result in terms of improved behaviour of drivers and motorcyclists. I wish to inform the House that with the PME à point system, the number of fatal road accidents decreased from 156 in year 2012 to 136 in 2013, showing the effectiveness of that system. With the permis à point system, there was a culture of cautious driving on our roads by all vehicles, including motorcyclists. Madam Speaker, with the abolition of the permis à point, which led to a lot of reckless driving on our roads, the previous government introduced the cumulative road traffic offence, CRTO, with only 11 offences. The number of offences were increased to 2,023 in June 2024. However, my predecessor did not cause the proclamation thereof, and he has to provide an explanation to the people of Mauritius on this shortcoming. I can only guess that the reason for this, yet political, that is, not to lose popularity at the eve of the last general elections, therefore putting the life of people at risk on our roads, just like the cancellation of the permis à point. Not promulgating the penalties for auto and motorcycle for their safety has rendered the public more vulnerable on our roads. These include failing to wear high visibility clothing, failing to overtake traffic on the right, riding a motorcycle abreast of another two-wheel vehicle. Very valid proposition, but unfortunately not implemented due to political reasons and the fear of losing popularity at the eve of general elections, like I just mentioned earlier. Madam Speaker, in regard to part A1 of the question, I am informed by the Commissioner of Police that there were 579 road accidents, including 14 fatal road crashes, causing 17 deaths for periods starting 1st January 2025 to 6th February 2026. The type of vehicles involved in the fatal accidents are 9 cars, 6 heavy good vehicles, 1 bus, and 11 two-wheelers. Regarding part A2 of the question, I am informed that the Commissioner of Police is compiling the number of contraventions issued for period 1st January 2025 till date and along the categories of offences. The information will also be tabled. However, I can provide figures for the last day of 2024, that is 31st December 2024, and the first day of 2025, meaning 1st January 2025, whereby there were 441 contraventions, out of which 17 were for drink driving and 150 for overspeeding. Drink and particularly drug driving is a matter of concern, and the Honourable Prime Minister has recently, last Tuesday, replied on the drug driving aspect in his PQ, in his reply to PQB, number 3 of Honourable Kirin, during which he provided information on road accidents from 1st January 2024 to date and measures being taken by the police thereto, including number of fatal road accidents and measures being taken by the police to deter the use of drugs by drivers. Madam Speaker, as regards part B of the question, I am informed that there is a network of 63 fixed speed cameras installed on our roads around the island, out of which 4 are currently not operational, 4 out of 63, at the following locations: Saint-Julien, Calbas on motorway M2, Brisé-Verdier, and Cas-Noyal. I am informed by the TRMSU that not a single speed camera was procured by the previous government. All they did was to relocate 4 existing cameras and have 4 dummy sites instead, dummy cameras. I wonder why putting in the question, the leader, I wonder whether in putting this question, the leader of the opposition was even aware about these facts. Coming back to these 4 defective speed cameras that have been sent to the manufacturer Truvelo UK at the end of January 2025 for diagnosis and repairs are expected to be operational by April 2025. It is a matter of great concern, Madam Speaker, that immediately after the 2014 general elections, and as promised, the MSM-led government switched off all the cameras, speed cameras, over a period of 7 months. This was indeed a reckless and irresponsible decision of putting the lives of people of our population at risk. Madam Speaker, I wish to inform the House that the TRMSU, Traffic Management and Road Safety Unit of my ministry, has embarked onto a consultancy exercise that seeks to revamp the whole speed camera system, whereby a new photographic and video camera detection system will be implemented as a matter of priority for enhancement of road safety violations in Mauritius, being given that the speed camera system dates back to more than 10 years, and according to the unit, meaning the TRMSU, is no more responsive to the current international road safety requirements. The whole system will be holistically looked into and not on a piecemeal approach, and will cover other offences like red light violations, non-wearing of seatbelts apart from speeding. Madam Speaker, with regard to part C of the question, I wish to inform the House of the measures being taken by my ministry to address the rising number of road accidents. Number one, immediate review of road safety policies with focus on reduction of road accidents. Number two, assistance will be sought from the UN Secretary Special Envoy for Road Safety, Mr. Jean Todt, to improve our road safety. This is an initiative of the Honourable Prime Minister in due course. Number three, conversion of other highways from single to dual carriageway where needed, as was the case for the La Vigie to SSR International Airport, implemented under the leadership of our Prime Minister. The House and the population will recall how this road was prone to accidents before this conversion. Number four, adoption of a global approach to road safety instead of a piecemeal approach as carried out by the previous government. Number five, revisiting the whole system of granting of driving licenses by the police to make our drivers more skillful and responsible on the road by introducing a graduated licensing system aiming to provide drivers and riders with specific knowledge, skills and driving experience gradually over time in a mix of training environment. The graduated licensing system will comprise 4 phases, namely a pre-licensing phase, a learner licensing phase, a probationary licensing phase, and a post-licensing phase. Number 6, reconstitution of the board of the National Road Safety Council with experts in the field of road safety. Under the chair of the previous chairperson, under the previous government, Mr. A.G., well-known person, only 9 meetings were held during his tenure of office, I'm informed. And he did not succeed to have the support of his members, and meeting had to be cancelled time and again because of lack of quorum. Today, we are paying a high price for this inaction. Number 7, finalization of the curriculum for implementing of road safety education in secondary schools. The program will be launched shortly. In the same vein, the Ministry of Education and Human Resource has been requested to undertake an assessment on the road safety knowledge imparted to primary school students for the cohort of grade 6 this year. Number 8, elimination of the 5 accident black spots location in the country through appropriate re-engineering works over the next 5 years. Some additional 300 kilometers of road will be rehabilitated to enhance road safety standards, as these roads are hazardous to road users. Number 9, working together with the traffic branch of the police to enhance enforcement on road, supported by the proposed new PME Appui system. Number 10, revamping of the TRMSU into a national road safety and traffic lead agency, a dedicated institution for road safety that will implement national strategies for reduction of road-related fatalities. Number 11, modeling of traffic jams throughout the country so as to propose remedial measures which will enhance traffic flow, and in the same vein, road safety. The support of drone technology will be used to make the modeling more effective. Number 12, carrying out an extensive survey island-wide with a view to assessing the state of the road traffic signs and road markings. Where needed, we would reinstate all road signs and marking. This was neglected over the last 10 years. I have time and again been receiving complaints from my colleague MPs to go to their individual constituencies. Number 14, increasing of penalties for road traffic offences. Those not wearing retroflective vests will be taken to the police station. This is a proposition concerned, and will be only allowed back on the road if the rider obtains the prescribed retrospective vest. I believe amendment will have to be made to the law. Introduction of legislation, number 15, introduction of legislation to make it compulsory to use child restraint devices in vehicles where applicable. And last but not least, number 16, working together with the Ministry of Education and the MITD for the revamping of the Professional Driving Training Center into a modern one with international norms. Madam Speaker, I launched a sensitive campaign on drink and drug driving on 24 December 2024, ahead of the festive season. I have personally participated in crackdown operation conducted by the traffic branch of the police at Gambé, known for being a high-risk area in view of being a major tourist and entertainment locality. I also participated in the distribution of reflective vests to sensitize motorist riders. Comprehensive programs to improve road user behavior would be developed and implemented along with public awareness and education to increase seat and helmet wearing and to discourage speeding, among others. This government, Madam Speaker, is much more committed than the previous one to bringing necessary changes to enhance road safety and build a culture of responsible driving so as to manage road accidents in the country. And in this respect, the Honourable Prime Minister has stated foreign expertise will be sought when needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the Honourable Minister for his reply. This is a matter of national interest, and the number of fatal accidents since the beginning of this year is quite alarming. Can I ask the Honourable Minister to inform the House whether he has chaired a crisis committee with all stakeholders to address this issue of road accidents, and if yes, what has been the outcome?
Speaker, I have had meeting with many stakeholders, including the police, which is the main one. But like I said earlier, the National Road Safety Council is being constituted, and once constituted with the right person at its head, unlike the previous one, which shared only 9 meetings in his tenure of office, we will crack the way forward on this very important issue.
Thank you. Leader of the Opposition.
Yeah, my question was whether the Honourable Minister himself chaired a crisis committee. With regard to illegal rally of motorcycles, I believe the Honourable Minister is aware that in certain regions of the country, particularly at night, there are some illegal rallies taking place, and I can mention 2 places I know. One is within the Jinfei area, and very often along the highway between Rochebois and Terre Rouge. Can the Honourable Minister inform the House whether deterrent measures have been put in place since the month of December, and the outcome
What's going on?
and the outcome thereof, and what measures are being taken to prevent these illegal rallies at night?
Yes, Madam Speaker, this is really a problem, and it is not new. It has been going on for quite some time now, and the law has been amended, as the Honourable Minister would know himself, in June 2024, but like I said earlier, it was never proclaimed.
Oh.
So, this is the issue. So, we undertake to do it, Madam Speaker.
Is the Minister, I believe he must be aware that our youngsters participate in these illegal rallies because there are huge sums of money involved. And most of these rallies sometimes are organized by drug lords, Madam Speaker. Is his ministry looking into that issue also, and what measures are being taken to prevent that?
Yes, I believe the police is doing the needful I believe the police is doing the needful on this. I will again talk to the Commissioner of Police. But like I said, the Achilles heel in this whole system is that currently the police is not empowered with the law to crack down on this illegal operation because my predecessor did never promulgate the law. I have to stress on this point because the previous government struck a balance between popularity and road safety, and popularity prevailed over road safety, and this is why we are in this sorrow state of affairs today.
Madam Speaker, his predecessor is no more sitting in that office. He is sitting in that office now. Madam Speaker, may I ask the Honourable Minister whether he is aware that most of those vehicles that participate in those rallies have their engines modified to increase their performance. Can the Honourable Minister inform the House what operations have been carried out by his ministry to crack down those involved in these illegal modifications of those engines?
Okay.
Now, this is an important question. And for this one, a Cartesian approach is warranted, Madam Speaker. You know why? We cannot possibly control every cars and motorcycles that is being modified in the country. But those garages that are doing these modifications, they will be the one that police will have to check on them. And if they are doing it, I'm sure, illegally, because permits are required for this kind of modification, we will definitely take action against them. So a Cartesian approach rather than an individual approach in this case is warranted.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In his reply, the Honourable Minister mentioned that his ministry is reviewing the National Road Safety Strategy. This is what you said in your reply. Can we know what are the main components that would be reviewed in the National Road Safety Strategy?
Yes. In fact, there are a lot of issues to be looked into. I had a meeting with the UN. I had a meeting with the UN office here, and then a holistic approach will have to be taken in this respect. So the issues that will have to be taken into consideration while I'm waiting, it's very technical. It's a very technical ministry, Honourable Lejonga, and I've been at this office for 2.5 months. So I'll give you the points exactly. So we will look at the 3 E's, which are important in this respect. The first one is engineering. Our roads and the vehicles, as he has just mentioned, enforcement by the police, and perpetual education. This is important because our kids, right from school, have to be taught road safety principles. Sensitization is also one of them. We've done it in the last December. And post-crash care, this is also important. So among all the issues that we have to take on board in this strategy, I've listed a few as you requested for.
Honourable Duval.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. May I ask the Minister, we've seen a visual degradation, gradual degradation with regards to particularly motorcycles, not wearing high visibility vests, not wearing helmets, and of course modified exhaust, especially in coastal villages. And we've seen that police posted at local police station are now powerless and in fact have given up on enforcing road traffic. Can I ask the Minister whether he will consult with the Commissioner of Police and ensure that specialized police units are posted from time to time along these places to ensure that those persons who are usually those, well, usually people who are on record, who pose bail, etc., that he takes them to task. This is a major issue.
Madam Speaker, the main cause of accidents are the following. Reckless driving and not respecting
I
the law.
still can't hear you very well.
Reckless driving is the first one.
Yes.
And this includes speeding,
Yes.
drink and drug driving, and use of mobile phones many at times in the car and motorbikes. I've seen, Madam Speaker, a mother carrying his child on a motorbike without a helmet and while the mother was on the phone. These things happen. So the member has mentioned about reflective jacket. I've mentioned in my initial reply that we intend to change the law because many at times motorcyclists after 6 o'clock at night, where it is mandatory to wear a reflective jacket, do not wear because they don't seem to bother. And that sometimes a jacket is with them, sometimes it's not. So we are proposing to fine them, as it is being done right now, and perhaps even more. And if they are not in possession of a jacket, to have their motorcycle escorted to the police station, and they come and take it once they have come with a reflective jacket. This will make them think twice before embarking on their ride without a jacket. The Honourable Member has mentioned about illegal modification of motorbikes. The Cartesian approach will apply to this one as well, at the garages instead of individual motorbikes.
The member over there, please.
A number of road accidents are caused by the fact that some traffic lights in strategic parts of the island have not been operational for months now. I can personally cite 2 examples, one at Sigoulam-Torol Government School in Rosebel, and the second one near Pont-Colville Mosque in Nouvelle-France. Would the Minister consider the advisability of having the TMRSU carrying out an audit of those traffic lights which are not operational and see to it that the needful is done for them to be fixed?
We've had issues of traffic lights already.
Yeah.
Please.
But I will just remind the Honourable Member what I had said to Honourable Anquetil. We are aware of all the traffic lights that are faulty. The Traffic Management and Road Safety Unit has the list. But the problem is my predecessor, again, I'm told, has consumed all the budget there was before my arrival of the ministry. So I have to make a new, fresh application for funds, and this is being done. And this is being done in the interest of road safety. But I must say that many at times those traffic lights are faulty because, like I explained the other day, the trunking underneath the road is jammed. It's defective. It's full of mud for poor work that was done in the past, and civil works are warranted, and this is very costly in order to replace those cables that are giving false signals and no signals at times.
Okay, very important question. So, Leader of the Opposition, your last question, and then... Well, 3 minutes left.
Let me get to the graduated licensing system. The Honourable Minister talked of reintroduction of that system. Will the Honourable Minister assure the House that proper consultations will be held with relevant stakeholders, that is, lorry drivers, taxi drivers, bus conductors, before the introduction of the system?
As a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, the whole National Road Safety Strategy and Action Plan will be implemented in a bottom-up approach, therefore fully participative.
Thank you for a brief answer. Peut-être il y a encore une minute. Yes, let the Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. May I ask the Honourable Minister whether he can give due consideration to the use of safe city cameras for traffic offenders, to control traffic offenders?
Like I said earlier, what I can reply for sure, the new speed cameras that will be implemented, because the last ones are more than 10 years old and maybe need to be revised, will comprise these features. But Whether the safe city camera can have these features is a very technical question. I can take it up with the Commissioner of Police.
Thank you. Last minute. I have one last minute, yes?
The Minister has spoken about the modification of vehicles, engines, etc., which gives extra power to vehicles. Will the Minister please consider the possibility of fitness centres having the adequate equipments to monitor the horsepower of vehicles which are modified, which can be deprived of the fitness certificate, and these vehicles are the ones that are being used for those illegal rallies and cause accidents?
Yes. The law will have to be modified. As it is now, only 7 years old vehicle that goes to fitness centers. But then those modifiers of vehicles, they are very clever. Before they go, they will remove the system for them not to be penalized. That is why I favor the Cartesian approach, going at the garages that do the modification and pinch them there itself.
One last question.
Time is up. Time is up.